Okay, el complemento directo. A direct object in Spanish and English is what the verb is acting on. Every sentence must have a subject and a verb. Many sentences have objects. You have direct objects or indirect objects, which are usually nouns. Today we're going to talk about direct objects. Again, every sentence has a subject and a verb. Many have objects. So how does that work? Well, subject is the person doing the action. Alex y Javier. Verb, the action. Are taking, están tomando, fotos. Okay, so we know Alex y Javier are doing the action, están tomando, they're taking, fotos. What are they taking? Fotos. What is the verb directly acting on? In this case, it's fotos. Okay, so the direct object noun receives the action directly from the verb. The way we know which is the direct object noun, usually it follows directly after the verb, but sometimes it doesn't. But at any rate, it will always answer the question, what? What are Alex and Javier taking? Now, when we have a direct object noun, we can shorten it to a direct object pronoun. What is a pronoun? A pronoun stands in place of a noun to make it shorter. If I am the direct object, in English, the direct object pronoun is me. Bought a present for me. In Spanish, would be me. Te, for you. If it's him, her, or it, and it's if it's him or it and it's masculine, lo. If it's her or it and it's feminine, la. If we're the direct object, nos. If vosotros is the direct object, os. If it's them and masculine plural, los. If it's them and feminine plural, las. Okay? Remember, lo and la mean it, him, or her. And of course, lo for masculine, la for feminine. What question does it answer? It answers the question, what? ¿Qué? We look at the verb and say, ¿qué? What is it doing to what? Again, pronouns replace nouns. Direct object pronouns replace direct object nouns. Okay, we use it very similarly in Spanish and in English. You don't want to keep saying the car, the car, the car, so you'll replace the car with it. In this case, Maribel hace las maletas. Las maletas, we could keep saying las maletas, las maletas, las maletas in the paragraph, or after we've mentioned las maletas, we can avoid repeating it by changing las maletas. We can see it's feminine plural, changing it to las. And here it's what they did. Maribel las hace. Felipe compra el sombrero. To avoid repeating el sombrero, we'll take el sombrero and change it to lo. Felipe lo compra. Vicky tiene la llave. La llave, feminine and singular. La. Vicky la tiene. We can see also, where are these direct object pronouns going? They're going before the verb, whereas the direct object nouns went after. It's a little different. We'll have to get the hang of that. Okay, direct object pronouns come before the conjugated verb. Adela practica el tenis. El tenis changes to lo because it's masculine and singular. Adela lo practica. And we see this lo got switched and put before the verb. Carmen compra los pasajes. Los pasajes changes to los. Carmen los compra. We see this went before the verb. Now, if it's negative, it's still going to go before the verb, but the no will not interfere between the two of them. Adela no tiene las llaves. Las llaves turns to las. We're going to take it and we're going to stick it in front of the verb, but the no is not going to separate the direct object pronoun with the verb. They're kind of married together and nothing will come and stand in their way. No las tiene. Diego no hace las maletas. Las maletas changes to las. I take las maletas and I stick it here. Diego no las hace. So we can see no las hace. Nothing comes between the las and the verb. Now, last semester we talked about reflexive verbs. Remember that reflexive pronouns had the choice to go before or after the verb phrase when the verb phrase ended in an infinitive. For example, ellos van a escribir unas postales. We know unas postales can change to las. Now this las we're going to put before the verb phrase. Ellos las van a escribir. But escribir is an infinitive. This verb phrase ends in an infinitive. So we have the choice to say ellos las van a escribir or ellos van a escribirlas. You'll see this many places and hear it with people speaking. However, if you prefer, you can stick to this version because it's just as correct as the other. And this one is a little bit easier because it follows the pattern. Lidia quiere ver una película. Una película can change to la. And we'll change that la and stick it, boom, before the verb. Lidia la quiere ver. But we can say quiere ver is a verb phrase that ends in an infinitive. So I could say also Lidia quiere verla. Again, you can stick to this one even though you need to know them both because this one follows the pattern.